We catch the attention, and the same intellect, the same mind that creates all that sense of bondage has to help us to loosen it up, to become aware what we are doing, to turn the attention in the right direction.
I read a book lately from Stephen Hawking. Maybe you know this name. He was a scientist in astrophysics.
Yes.
And I'm still quite interested in those things.
Yes.
And you also talk often about the timelessness.
Yes.
And he also wrote about the theory of the Big Bang.
Yes.
And that's quite a long time ago. And when it was really quite interesting for me. Many aspects he wrote, and there he also wrote, before the Big Bang, there was no time.
Yeah.
The time began with the Big Bang. Yeah. In this space time continuum.
Right.
Now, it's really difficult for me to understand the timelessness. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. Hawkins desperately tried to come closer and closer by figuring mathematically out what happened in the first fraction of a second in the Big Bang, and doing exactly what you are doing now, hoping to understand what is prior to that. And even a giant mind like Stephen Hawking cannot understand what is timelessness. He can come close to a definition in the direction, and then his medical proofs they go way beyond my mathematical understanding. But it is simply not possible to understand, for that which is prior to time, to space, it's also now. It was not there prior to space and time. It's that which makes the experience possible now. It's that which makes us capable of talking with each other now. It's timeless now. That timelessness of the present, which is prior to the Big Bang or any expression, is timeless. So it's now, it's in the future, it's in the past, it's timeless. And we cannot possibly, with our intellect, grasp that and come to the point where I can say, now I understood it. As long as we are understanding, the English word is actually perfect for that. As long as we are understanding, we are standing under. But if you come to the center of it, then you can also not say that you don't know that. Actually, you know that best, for you are that. That sense that you are touching when you say I. There is something so totally, intimately familiar immediately. If I start to think about it, I'm like this, I'm like that, I'm getting in a story. But prior to that, there is that sense. And that sense of being alive, of knowing not by understanding, by being, is there all the time. Even if you overlook it most of the time, even if you are not aware of it, it's still there all the time. And that timelessness, Hawkins can never, and minds like Hawkins can never comprehend with the mind, however subtle they get, however the trillionth and the quadrillionth fraction of a second he's explaining what happened in the Big Bang then, and whether it is so or not, I cannot say, but anyhow, he desperately tried to get closer and closer and closer with intellectual understanding to that which is prior, and it's simply a gap that cannot be bridged by the intellect, for the intellect comes only after the creation is there.
Mhm. Yes, I see. I really can also feel that what you told just now with the feeling of I really can feel this timelessness, but I really cannot understand it.
No, you
And
can't.
actually, I should give up. I think I should give up. Well, and also you talked before about the three aspects of everything, that is love, energy, and consciousness.
Yes.
And actually, he talks about the same, except the love.
Mm-hmm.
But he also talks about there is no God.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't know. And also he doesn't know what consciousness is.
Right.
So that is also a big question for him. Yes.
Right. Now,
and also, yes.
He's not talking about love. And of course, it depends what one means with love, because different things are being called love. And there is the emotion love. And I'm not meaning the emotion love when I say
Yes,
that. And
I
that,
know.
of course, is not on the level of Hawking's searching, but he is not aware that apart from consciousness and energy, there is that something that connects everything, that everything is connected, which is connected with consciousness and energy, and yet has its unique flavor as much as consciousness and energy has its unique flavor. And because I don't know a better word, I call it love.
I see. Or God. Or he talks also about the nature elements, and if the Big Bang really was like they think it was, it's coming out from nothing. And he said you can call this nothing also God, because it comes out of his self or whatever.
Right.
And another topic in this book was also, or what makes me thinking about their life began on Earth about 3 or 4 billion years ago, and there was a long time just small, how we say in English, Einzeller.
Yes, amoebas and like just
microbes,
one-celled beings. Eh?
one-celled beings,
Well,
exactly.
I guess that's not the professional expression.
No, we know what we're talking about.
Yes,
I think. And that was such a long period, and the human, and you often talk about we have a great possibility because we are humans.
Yes.
But they are such a short time on Earth. And also, for me, it's quite difficult. For example, 100 years ago, we were 1 billion humans on Earth, and now we are more than 8. Where do all these souls come from? Do you see what I mean?
Yes, yes.
That is for me not to grasp.
Just about the other aspect, about all the evolution, I'm not more believing so much into the scientific story about the evolution of life as they are telling it. But never mind.
And why that?
Because I don't think this is a historical fact. There is an intelligence at work that is projecting this out of this timelessness, and along with it, out of that present is flowing the past and the future, and this is all not as solidly real as one thinks it is. So the whole evolutionary story they are telling is also trying to explain something that they cannot really explain, and then they come up with that whole development in this way, which partly has aspects of it, but I'm sure there have been lots of influences there that are not scientifically taken into account and even known. But you asked about what did you ask?
How many those souls, where do they
so
come from,
souls,
and why
right.
do they in just 100 years? You see, what I wanted to say is there were 3 or 4 billion years no humanity, and then just in a short time so many more.
But you know, this creation, there are infinitudes of infinitudes. We just know our petty little world here, which is a speck of dust, even in our known universe. And there are other levels where there are manifestations that we cannot see with our present technology, that are too subtle. And there are other universes, and there is no limit. There is an infinity of manifestations, and there are infinite and infinite numbers of centers of perceptions, of what you call souls. So if there are, if there is a bit more of an agglomeration of souls at some time and some place, that is not surprising. There are infinite number of beings that could somehow quickly come to Earth in between.
Okay, but we could also say it's just the fact of the evolution which just made it possible to make more people, and not because of the souls or whatever. Like there are ants who how you say, get more and more, or whatever, other animal.
Right, as long as you think of consciousness in a traditional scientific way, that it's somehow a byproduct of the evolution, then you can say so. But if you come from the other side, that there is first consciousness, and then out of that the creation is appearing, then somehow you cannot say so. Then the consciousness is first, and in that consciousness there are infinite numbers, infinite centers of perception, all one, all connected. There's not that separation, and yet each center is something unique and beautiful in that infinite oneness. And if creation is just an expression of that, then the scientific explanation of this is the question of evolution doesn't quite fit anymore.
Yes, good point of view with the thought, or the feeling of that the consciousness was first.
That's what I meant before when I said there are these 3 aspects. There is that something that is even prior to that pure consciousness, which can not even remotely can be said something about it. And even pure consciousness or pure energy or pure love are already an expression of that. They are the first expression. This is the ground. And out of this ground, this whole expressions of manifestations sprout. All we can with our conscious effort is direct the attention back to that ground. And even the ground we can not really understand. We cannot understand pure consciousness, but it's still, we can have a notion of pure consciousness, pure energy, and have the direction. But that which you are, is even prior to that. And there's absolutely nothing to say about that.
Yes, I see. Actually, I would like to go very directly to this. Not how can I tell you? We try to grasp this feeling or this state of being or consciousness through meditation, through many exercises. And is there another way to go there?
They're not a shortcut that we can just...
I need a shortcut.
Right. Actually, in reality, we don't need a shortcut because you are never away from that. You are that, even now. It's just a momentary cloud that obscures the consciousness that makes us feel that we are not that. But the consciousness then caught up in this game has no, that's the one thing we cannot avoid, that we somehow bring the attention back to that first expression. That somehow that job we cannot avoid. That we come back more through consciousness or more through energy or more through love to that first expression, to pure consciousness, love, energy. That much we have to do, but that's all we can do. And then you are just there, open, available, that something happens from beyond that. But this is the game of this manifestation. And when we are in it, then we may resist and think why I have to make all these efforts and why I have to go through all this. But actually, you knew that very well before you started, and there you were okay with it.
Yes, okay.
But we can go about it playful. We can learn not to take it so serious. And then it doesn't look like a heavy burden that we are carrying.
I'm trying that. It's going quite better than in the past.
Yeah.
To go playfully with all that.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't read books from Hawking or other things like it, but it's still interesting. But
Nothing
then it
wrong.
comes up, some question come up with it.
Nothing wrong. I mean, he's a great spirit, Hawkins, with a tremendous intellect, and somebody who is sincere about what he's doing is inspiring. Simply don't get stuck with the scientific limitations. It can inspire to be sincere and open up and go even beyond that.
Yes, it's just fascinating and inspiring.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we leave
Okay. Yes.
You're welcome.
Hariom.
Hariom. All right. We'll end the satsang with this for today. It's good to know the intellect is absolutely necessary. We have created that sense of separation in our mind, in our intellect. We have created that sense of bondage in our mind, in our intellect. That's where our attention is caught up. And there we have to start. We catch the attention, and the same intellect, the same mind that creates all that sense of bondage has to help us to loosen it up, to become aware what we are doing, to turn the attention in the right direction. For that, the understanding is very much needed. The intellect is needed, but then it's also good to know, okay, we can give the direction, and then there is just to surrender, to let go, to relax, to be open, to be available. We cannot grasp reality with our intellect. And no teaching can define reality, it can just point in the right direction. I wish you all well. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.